Good evening. At 9 o'clock this morning, your channel broke the story about the Indian Navy taking the lead in the international fight against Somalian pirates. That news took 2 hours to get a confirmation from the Indian Navy itself. And here it is. The Indian Navy warship Tabar not just attacked a Somalian pirate ship off the Gulf of Aden, but succeeded in actually sinking it. This happened around 10 p.m. last night. The Indian Navy spotted a pirate ship, challenged the pirate ship, which had several speedboats accompanying it. And when the pirate ship tried to ram into the Indian warship, the Indian ship INS Tabar opened fire and sank the pirate ship. The Indian Navy Chief Surish Mehta is making a rare appearance on the show tonight, on a day when all the country should actually stand up and salute this international operation of the Indian Navy.
It started at 10 p.m. last night when Indian Navy warship Tabar spotted a private vessel in the dangerous Somali waters. But in what is now being seen as increased initiative being taken by the Indian Navy, it managed to not just thwart the devious designs of the pirates, but in fact sank the pirate ship.
INS Tabar saw some suspicious movements of so-called mother boat that come in the piracy bulletins. And after closing up and following up, when we told her to stop for an investigation, she started responding in a very offensive manner.
A few hours later, there was some bad news. A Hong Kong cargo ship with at least 7 Indian crew on board was hijacked.
We have the latest information that is the pirates or Somali pirates hijacking a new Hong Kong ship, cargo ship off the Gulf of Aden.
Here in the waters of Somalia, the pirates have triggered what has now been described as an unprecedented crisis.
I'm stunned by the range of it, less so than I am the size. These are they've proven to be pretty capable, can get on and off lots of vessels.
Now the world's navies are looking to follow India's lead and engage the pirates in hot pursuit. Bureau Report, Times Now.
And as we always say on television, pictures tell 1,000 words. The images that we are now about to show you were filed by Getty Image photographer. These images show that the world's mighty armies are actually up against pirates armed with homemade guns. And yes, just look at this. This is armed militia ruling the streets of Somalia. These are the people who are holding ships which are the size of 3 football fields actually hostage. It seems the kind of speedboat you would take on any beach, but they're holding actually almost the entire world community hostage tonight. And joining us on the News Hour this evening to talk more about that is the Indian Navy Chief, Admiral Surish Mehta. Thank you for making a very rare appearance. I must say, serving chiefs rarely come on television, Admiral Mehta, but congratulations first. Tell us about this operation and tell us about the challenges that you anticipated, because when we broke the news at 9 o'clock this morning, it was all over. Tell us more about the operation itself.
Well, when we send our ships into harm's way, we always expect them to take the right action as called for by the situation over there. Therefore, the commanding officer has, and the Navy generally have, a full right to act against pirates wherever they are encountered in international waters. And therefore, it was to be expected that we would take an action like this. And the ships are quite well prepared for it, and therefore they were on the lookout. They've been on the prowl for the last many days. This action happened last evening, late last evening, when they saw this big fellow over there. They tried to stop him, they challenged him. He gave some other threats out from there, and therefore it resulted in a firing match. And eventually, as you know, that ship was sunk over there, which is quite a big deal. The pirate ship had a lot of ammunition on board, which he was going to use to send along with these small boats that he has, and create plenty of havoc in that region.
Admiral Mehta, the pirates seem to be like small-time operators to most of us here. How dangerous really was this operation?
Yes, it is. No, well, it's not really small scale. It's a very nice innovation, I would say, that they've got themselves a mothership which looks after the other small boats which he tows along, and that is why they've been doing with these small boats at great distance from the land, which is what is surprising everyone. So they go along, they take the smaller boats along with them in tow and let them go when close to a target, surround that target from 4 or 5 sides by more than 2 or 3 boats, and therefore create enough panic and havoc over there.
Absolutely. What an operation there. For viewers just joining us, we are talking on the News Hour tonight, right on the top of the show, to Admiral Surish Mehta, the Chief of the Indian Navy, on a day when India actually busted and sank a Somali pirate warship. Admiral Mehta, isn't this a wake-up call for the international community? Because India can act alone and once or twice, but at the end of the day, the world's ships pass through this area. Why can't all countries come together?
Yeah, I agree with you. That kind of a thing is already happening. But as I did mention, that the international mandate for naval men of war is that if you see this kind of an act happening anywhere in international waters, take whatever measures you can to prevent this kind of a thing from happening. And now in this region, we have got a large number of warships present. We are doing a reasonable amount of coordination between each other, so that the groups, there is the EU group, there is the Task Force 150 ships, there are our ships, there are some other ships which have come over there. We are coordinating with them to some extent so that we do not waste our effort. But the eventual line, as the Government of India has rightly said, is that we need to operate under the UN flag so that we can work in greater concert with each other.
Admiral Mehta, congratulations once again for that. Thank you so much for joining us.